evening, everyone. Today is the fifth class or fifth day of the 7 day workshop on scientific editing with LaTeX. And today's mentor is Miss Gulafsha Begum Chaudhary. She is a research scholar from Department of Physics, Assam University, and she will be talking on the topic including images and creating tables in Overleaf. I hope all the participants will be highly beneficial from her talk and will learn all the important codings about creating images and tables in Overleaf. And over to Gulafsha.
Okay, thank you, Vishwajit, for the nice introduction. So, am I audible? Please let me know because I think I'm having some
Yes, you are
issues here.
Appropriately audible.
Okay, thank you so much. So, yeah, this is Gulafsha Chaudhary. I'm a PhD scholar at the Department of Physics, and I welcome you all to the fifth day of our 7-day online workshop on scientific editing with LaTeX. So, as the host said, I am going to train you how to insert figures and tables in LaTeX. Okay, so I hope you all are ready with your PC. And yeah, I'm also since I am also learning, so I'll try to give as much as I know or as much I'll try to give you a significant idea how to make a document. Okay, so let me first share my screen. Okay, I think my screen is visible now. So by now, I hope you have the basic idea of how to create a basic document. So let me first go to my Overleaf. So is it visible? My Overleaf screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I'll just start with a demo project. So go to, I hope you are following me. Okay. So let's go to new project and then add the blank project. Okay, I'll give a project name. Figures and tables. This I hope you already know. These are the basic things. Okay, so our blank project will give you some preliminary codes or commands. So here I am using the this is how the compiled output looks like. So in the document class, I am just going to change the page size, which I hope you already know. So I'm going to use A4 paper size, okay, just for convenience, and I'm going to compile it. Okay, let me change the author name. So hope you already know how to add text in the document. So I'm just straight away going to adding figures. Okay, so for adding figures, we as you know, for using any environment, we need to use some packages, right? So for including figures, we need to use the package graphics. So in this document, in this demo document, this package is already added. So I'm just going to show you again. So for using, so you know, right, the packages are used in the preamble after the document class. So for using any package, you need to use the backslash and then write use package. Okay. So here you have to give graphics. For graphics will allow you to add images or add graphics related things. Okay, so I'm going to give the command graphics. So note that this is graphics with X and not X. So S. Okay, so you might wonder why is that? This is nothing, just graphics with X is an extended version of graphics. Okay, so it will give you more facilities. Okay, so we will use the graphics with X. So this will allow you to add figures on your document. So for inserting figures, we need to use the command include graphics. Okay, so for giving the command, you use backslash then include graphics. Okay, this is already there. So include this is again graphics with S and not X. This is just the normal spelling. Okay, so I'll remove this square bracket. So include graphics will command the LaTeX to use use the figure or images to your document, but note that first you have to have the image or the figure into the folder where you are working. Okay, so if you do not have the figure, then you cannot use it, right? So you can see in the contents, see there are no figures in my folder or in the content list. So I am going to upload the figure first. So if you are doing the offline version, then you have to save your required folders to the required images to the folder you are working on. And since we are doing offline, we are doing online, so I'll upload the figures which I want to include in my document. So for that you need to use this option. You can see probably this upward arrow. This is for uploading the uploading files. So I'm going to upload the figures. So you can select you can browse and select from your computer directly, or you can use the shortcut method. You just go to the folder where you have your images, and I'm going to add 2 images. Select the images you want to add. Okay, so I'm going to add 2 images. Okay, probably this is not visible because I'm using another window. So let me show you the yeah. Okay. So select from your computer. So go to the required folder. So go to the folder where you have kept your images. Okay. So let me just go to the path. Okay, this one. So I'm going to add 2 images, one in JPG format and one in PNG format. Okay. So you can see the images are being uploaded. So now you can see on the content panel at the left hand side, my 2 images are being uploaded. Okay, so now I can use these images. So as I said, we need to use this command include graphics, and inside curly bracket, as I said, as you already know, inside the curly bracket we give the input, right? So I'm going to use one image. So if you click, it will automatically show you the available options. Okay, so I have 2 images. Let us use the first one, that is the JPG format. Okay, so you can give the input, or you can use the file with extension or without extension. Okay, extension, I hope you know, this is extension is the file type, right? This is .jpg is the extension in this case. So you can use it without .jpg or with .jpg. It doesn't matter. So let us use without extension. Okay, now I have given the input of first image, and let's compile and see how it turns out. So okay, so scroll down. So you can see my image has been inserted. Okay, but you can see the image is too large, so it has gone out of the page. So this we can solve by rescaling or resizing the images. Okay, so for resizing, you need to use the parameter scaling. Okay, and we always give the parameters inside square bracket, which is used before the curly bracket. Okay, after the sorry, okay, I have added in the wrong part. So in the include graphics command, you use this square bracket after include graphics and before the curly bracket. In curly bracket we give the input, and in square bracket we use the parameters. Okay, so this parameter for fixing size of the image or scaling the image, we can use the parameter scale. Okay, so just write scale and use the equal sign, and you give the required size. Suppose if I give the scale 2, that means it is going to, the size of the image is going to be double its original size. Okay, but since it is already large, we do not want to increase the size, we want to lower it or decrease it. Then we try zero point 0.5. Okay, that means the size of the new image will be half its original size. Okay, now compile and see. Okay, now you can see the size has been reduced. Okay, let us reduce it a little bit more. So let's use 0.3. Okay, the size has been reduced, you can see. Okay, so there are other parameters also for resizing or rescaling the images. That means you can customize its height, weight, and or height and weight all together, or height separately, weight separately. Okay, so let me use that. Okay, let me comment it and use make another one. Okay, so commenting is done by using percentage. So in place of, instead of scaling, we are going to use height, and let us see how it works. So just height, and after that use equal symbol and give a number, like suppose I'm giving 10 centimeter. Okay, let's compile and see. Okay, the height of the image has been changed to 10 centimeter. Now if you want to change width to, so how to give, you can give multiple parameters inside the square bracket. Just use a comma and a space, and then give the other parameter. So I'm going to change the width. So width equals let us say 8 centimeter. Okay, so you can see the both height and weight has been width has been changed. So 8 centimeter, it looks okay, I think. Okay, you can do one more thing. You can rotate your image too. Okay, so, sometimes we have the images in landscape format which doesn't fit into the page, so we need to rotate it so that it fits. So in that case, we use the command, we use the parameter angle. So the similar way, just use a comma and a space and give the parameter angle equals to, suppose let us rotate it to 45 degrees. You do not need to give the unit, you just give the parameter, the LaTeX will understand. Okay, so let me give 45 and compile and see. Okay, see, you can see the image has been rotated to 45 degree. So you can use 90 degree. So let's see. Okay, it has been rotated 90 degrees. Okay, so since this is a normal image, we do not, I hope you have got how to rotate the images. And since in this case we do not need rotating, so I am just going to, okay, let me comment it so that it stays there for further references. And let me use another command line. Okay, so I'll just remove this angle parameter, and let us go back to the original. Okay, this is the image. Okay, now we need to how to add caption to your image, or how to add labeling or references. Okay, so what is caption. You need to give a description of the figure or image, that is called caption, right? So for adding caption, okay, include graphics will only allow you to add the image. And if you have to add, hello. Okay, so if you need to add something else or anything else apart from the image, you need to give the whole environment. That is, I hope you know what environments are. So that is, in this case, that are begin figure and end figure. So if you need to add the caption, you have to use the environment begin figure and end figure. Okay, so how to use this? After the section, let me just use begin figure. Okay, begin figure and end figure. Okay, so this will give you one already. Okay, so in case of include graphics, we'll give our command. Okay, and you can see the caption option has appeared. Now just compile it and see how it looks. Okay, so you can see the caption has arrived, figure 1 caption. Okay, because it is written caption inside the curly bracket. Inside the curly bracket you give the content of the caption, right? So since it is caption, you can see it is the caption is written as caption only. And you can what you can notice is that the image has been moved to a new page. Okay, this we can solve, or this we can influence by using another commands or another parameter, by some certain parameters. Okay, we do not, because we do not want our image to be fixed to a random position. So you can customize the size or position of the image. So for that we need to use specifiers. Okay, so what specifiers will allow you to position your image to your required location or required position. So I'm going to show you how we use specifiers. The specifiers are used after the begin figure, after the curly bracket, in square bracket. Okay, so there are five specifiers that you can easily use or that can serve your purpose. So these are, I'm going to show you one by one. Okay, so these are, first one is h, small h. Small h stands for here. That means where you are giving the command in your text file, the output will be the image will be at the same position on your output. Okay, so and note that you always have to use an exclamatory mark after the specifier. Okay, for it to work. So if you put age, then LaTeX will understand. It has to fix the image where I have given. Okay, so let's compile and see. It was in another page. Okay, it was in second page. Now see, it has moved to the first page after the below the introduction section. Here I have given, you can see, I hope you can see, I'm highlighting. So here I have given the added the figure below the introduction section. So here also, in this case, in my output also, it has moved to the below the introduction section. So this is this is done by adding h. Okay, the next one is T. T stands for top of the page. Okay, and I have used the exclamatory mark. So let's recompile and see. Okay, now see, the image has moved to the towards the top of the page, and all other things has gone below it. Okay, so okay, the T is used for top of the page. Next one is, third one is B. B means bottom of the page. Okay, so let's see. It will move to the bottom of the page. See, it has moved to bottom of the page. The fourth one is P, small p. Okay, P stands for a separate page reserved for figures and tables. So let's see what it does. See, it has moved to another page, and in this page only the figures and tables will be can be added. This has been reserved for tables and tables and figures. Okay, so we do not use p usually. So we usually we use the first one, that is here. Wherever we have given our command, we want the figure to be there in the output. Okay, and the last one is only the exclamatory mark, which it stands for it stands for, the LaTeX will and if LaTeX will itself find a suitable place for the figure to put. Okay, so this would have been, I mean, understood clearly if there were more text in the file. So the LaTeX found that this the suitable position for this image to be at the top of the page. So it has been moved to the top of the page. Okay, so for our purpose, we are going to use h, small h. That means the position where we wanted, we have given the input. Okay. So this is about the specification or fixation of the image. Okay. Next, you can see our figure is aligned at the towards the left of the page, right? So sometimes we want to put it towards the right, or sometimes we want it at the center. So for that, if you do not give the command, then it will be automatically to at the left of the page. So if you want to move it to the center, we need to add one more command line in the begin figure environment below begin figure, that is centering. So use backslash and then add centering. Okay, you can use begin center and center also, but that is for customization. So in this case we have only one image, so we'll use only centering. Okay, so I have used the centering here after begin figure, and let's see. See, the image is now aligned at the center of the page. Okay, this looks perfect, right? So we usually use centering for our purpose. So this is all about adding graphics and caption. Now I am changing the caption. Okay, I'm changing the, see, this is a cat. Okay. Now you can use the caption. You can give the caption in two ways. Okay, first one is below the figure, just how it is now. I mean, it is the caption is below the figure, right? Or you can give it above the figure. So if you want to give your caption below the figure, use the command line caption below the include graphics. Okay, and if you want it above the figure, you just need to move your caption above the include graphics after centering. Okay, so I have just moved the caption command above the include graphics, and let's see. Okay, see, the figure has moved to above the caption. Okay, so in case of figures, we usually give it below the figure. So this is perfect. Okay, you can change your caption too. Now now comes leveling. Okay, leveling means if you are writing about this figure in your text body, on your text body, and you need to refer to this part, or you need to cite your figure, then we add label. Okay, another command that is called label. Okay, this comes under referencing, which Bhaskar will show you tomorrow, but if I get time at the end of today's session, I'll come back to this and I'll show you once. Okay, so this is just for citing your figure to your text body, so that if one is reading your text and your figure is somewhere else, then they just can click on it and it will automatically go to citing. This is called citation. Okay, this will automatically go to the figure. Okay, so this has been done by using the command label. Okay, so I'll show you this later if we have time. Okay, so this is all about including figures, adding figures. So I hope you could get the idea. So if there are any questions, you can ask, or I'll move to creating tables. Okay, if not, let us move to creating tables, and let's see how tables are being created in LaTeX. Okay, let us skip the figure. So for creating tables, you need to use the environment begin tabular, and use backslash begin tabular. So this, you can see begin tabular, and in between there are two lines which LaTeX is automatically giving us. So how we use this environment? Okay. So after begin tabular, you can see there is a curly bracket inside which there are two C's. Okay, that means there are two parameters, which indicates that our table will have two columns. Okay, if you want to add more, then you can give it like this. Okay, C, one parameter means one column, then C, another next second column, then I'll give another C. That means I have three parameters. That means my table will have three columns. But note that C here doesn't stand for columns, it stands for centering. That means the content we give to a particular cell or content we give in our table will be aligned at the center of the cell. Okay, so let us see how to add the table contents. Okay, this is about the command line, and here we give our input. Okay, so the first the content, suppose the content of the first cell of the first row is digit 1. Okay, then this is it. Okay, this is the first cell. Then after that we use and percent. Okay, so and percent here is the column separator or the cell separator. Okay, so if you use and, LaTeX will understand that whatever you write after this and percent will move to the next cell. Okay, so let us give the alphabet capital A, and since we have three columns, right, we'll have to give another cell content. So I'll again use n%. That means the cell will separate here and the rest of the things will move to the next cell. So let me give a small a. Okay, so this is the first row. Okay, and after that you use this two backslashes. So this is used for the line breaks. You already know, I mean the earlier speakers has already taught you. So after each row or after each line you give two backslashes, so in order to break the line. Okay, so this is the first row. You separate the cell contents by using n%, and in the next row I'm going to put the content. So let's say the first cell contains the digit 2, then n%, and the next cell contains capital B, and the third cell contains small c. Okay, so we are going to use two rows only. So I do not have to give one more backslash there or line break there. So let's see how it turns out, and we'll try to customize it accordingly. Let's see. This is the basic one. Okay. So you can see here. Can you see? This is the table. Okay. So these are the table contents. But again, let us customize it a little bit more, right? Let us use lines and let us use borders. Okay, so how to use borders? So the command here we have given, you can use lines between the C's. Okay, so use this line after C. This one you'll get on the key of your on the backslash key of your keyboard. Okay, just use shift backslash and then you will get this line. Similarly, I'll use another line after that. Let's see. Okay, you can see the columns are separated by vertical lines. If you want to add the borders, give one more before the C and after the C, after the extreme C. Okay. So you can see the borders, the vertical lines have appeared. Now if you want to add horizontal line or horizontal borders and the row row separating lines, then you can use H line. Okay, after each row. So before starting the table, let me use H line. H line means it will add a horizontal line. Okay, see the upper line has appeared. After the first row, you can use again H line, and after the last row also you use H line, then the borders will appear. See. Okay, you have to give the line break for using the H line. Okay, see the border lines have appeared now. Okay, if you want to add more columns, you use each line and then insert the cell contents and then again use each line. So accordingly, so on you go on adding the rows. Okay. So if you want to add 2 lines, okay, you can use 2 h lines. Yeah, I've added one more h line after the first column. So see, there are 2 lines. Okay, but in this case we do not want this, so let me remove it. Okay, this is our table now. Now, as I said in the beginning, this C stands for centering alignment. Okay, so sometime you want to align your cell contents towards left, that is justification, right? Left justification. Sometimes you want right justification. So for that, what we can do, we can use, for left justification, C is for centering, right? And for left justification, we can use L. Okay, so I have changed the C to L for the first column, and let's keep the second column to centering, and I'll change the third column to right alignment or right justification. Okay, you can have all in left justification like L, and all in right justification like R, like we have like you have seen in CCC. But I want to show you all the three, so I'm going to use 3 in 1. So let's recompile and see. I hope you are okay. Since there are only the contents are small, so let me add some texts. Okay, then you'll understand. Suppose alphabet. Okay, B, basketball. This is for, okay, let's see. So you can see the third column. The third column is being justified towards right. The middle one is at the center as we have given our input, and the first one also let me change so that you can understand. Let me give some text like overleaf. Okay, and see. So this is left justified. See. Okay. So again, we usually use the center column, centering alignment. So let me go back to centering. Okay. Now sometimes you might have a long text in a particular cell of your table. Let us suppose let me suppose rewrite the cell content as, okay, let me give a let me add a long text. Okay, this is a really text. Okay, and see how it goes. Okay, let me extend it a little bit more. Okay, you can see the cell content. I mean the cell content is too large to fit in the size, so the table has gone out of the page. So in this case, what we can do in like figure, we can resize the we can scale the size of the cell. Okay, to our required size. So for that, what we use, we can resize the cell. Like this is the middle one, right? This is the middle one, so I'm going to change the middle one. So for that, you give the size of the cell inside curly bracket. Okay, suppose I want to keep it to 4 centimeter. Okay, the middle column, and I want the rest of, okay, let me just see. Let us just compile and see how it works. Okay, let me just change it to 3 centimeter. I'm doing some trial error. Please bear with me. Not sure why is it not working. Probably in 2 columns. Okay. Okay, showing the text is really long. Let me. Okay, I'm not sure why is it not working. I'll try and find out. Okay, let's move to the next command. Let me go back to centering alignment as it was earlier. Okay. Now you can do some trial error, and you can customize your table more. So for that, I'm going to give you 3-4 commands. Okay. So first one is for adding gap before the text. Okay. So you can always adjust the gappings by using the command set length. Okay. So it is being used after use package. So just give the command backslash set length, and inside the first bracket you give table column separation. Okay, it has to understand that it is being used for table. Okay, so this is table column separation. So just give table col sep. Okay, in the next line you give the numbers which you want to use. So I'm giving 18 point. Let's see. I'm not sure why is it not working again. Okay, you have to use it after begin document. My bad. Okay. So see, the size of the table has been changed to 18 points. Okay. So you can use one more command line for changing the thickness of the border. So you can make it prominent by giving a specific size. So for that you have to use set length again, and inside the first curly bracket you give array rule width. That means you are going to change the LaTeX. We are going to make LaTeX understand that it is being used for the border of the table. So use array rule width. And now you are going to set the size or thickness. Okay, so let me give 0.5 mm. This is for table border thickness. Okay, just for your reference. So let us recompile and see. Let me just check once why the errors are occurring. Okay. No, it's not working. Okay, I've moved my section. Okay, I hope this will work now. I have moved the section above the begin document. So you can see, you can always get errors and you will have to find it, work it out by doing trial and error. Okay. This is not working. Okay, so let us move to how to add captions to our image, caption to our tables. In case of tables, also we use caption. So for adding captions, we have to again use one environment. So which is, this we have used this begin tabular environment, which will allow you to add tables only. Okay, so if you want to add along with table, if you want to add something else like caption and referencing and levels, then you'll have to use another environment which is begin table, like as I mentioned in case of adding figures. So I'm going to use this begin table environment, so backslash begin table. Okay, so you can see begin, after begin table there is centering options, which I am going to remove and I'll show you later. And these things I'll remove and will insert our table. Okay. So this begin table should be added before the begin tabular, and like you have to end it also. So now you can use caption for your table. So so you can add caption before begin tabular if you want your caption to be above the table. So just use the command caption and write like this is a demo table, and we compile and see. Okay, see your caption has arrived in the output. Okay, at the center. Now we want to align our table at the center. So for that, like in case of figures, we use the command centering. Okay, so just enter, use the command centering and recompile, and see your table has been moved to the center of the page. So let me just increase the cell content so that it becomes visible. Okay. So you can see you can move your caption below the table also. So for that you have to just move the caption command below the end tabular. Okay. So see it has moved below the table. And if you want to increase the gap between the caption and the table, you can use the V space command, which you already know. This V space stands for vertical space. So you can give it after n space, like after n tabular. So use V space, and suppose I want 1 centimeter. So just compile it and see. Okay, this is one drawback of using Overleaf. I mean, choosing online over offline. It takes time. Okay, so you can see the gap between the caption and the table has increased. Okay, so as I have given 1 centimeter, let us keep it to 0.5 centimeter and see. Okay, so this is perfect. So this is a basic table. You can use header by adding one more column. Sorry, by adding one more row. Okay. So now the last thing is adding multi-row or multi-column. Okay. So for adding multi-row, suppose you are going to merge two rows, okay, into one cell, two cells into one cell of a particular row. Then you need to use the command multi-row here. Okay. Suppose let me add one more line here. Just I'm giving some random numbers. So since there are two columns, okay, and then this, and then each line. Okay. Now suppose I'm multi-row will work for 3 columns. I mean, you'll understand it better if I use 3 columns. So let me add one more column here by adding the parameter C. And after, so I have to give the content for third column. So in the first row, column separator and percent, let me give some numbers 2. In this case also n% and 3, and in this case also n% and 9. Okay. Okay, this is a 3-column table now. So I'm going to merge 2 rows. Okay, suppose these first 2 rows I'm going to merge. These first 2. Okay. So for that, what you need to use, you need to use the command multi-row. So backslash multi-row. Okay, for that you will have to use the package, use multi-row. So which I'm going to add in the preamble. So let me first give the command multi-row. Okay, let me first use the package first. So go to the preamble and add package, use package multi-row. Okay, so this you can see use package multi-row, and now go to your first column, first row, and give the column multi-row. Backslash multi-row. Okay, so it will give you 3 options, right? 3 curly brackets. So in first curly bracket, you are going to give the I mean, you are going to give the input how many cells you want to merge. So I am going to merge these first 2 cells, right? So I am going to give 2 here. That means 2 cells or 2 rows, and then the size of the cell. Okay, suppose 3 centimeters. Okay, and in the last bracket, you are going to give the content of the cell. Okay, suppose I'm going to write this is a multi-row. Okay. So I'm going to remove this because I have changed the content. So this third curly bracket contains the content of the cell. Okay, so I have merged these 2 cells. So I'm going to remove this one too. This second cell to content of the second cell too. Okay, so just keep it blank because this will be merged to the with the first one, right? So you need to remove. Okay, need to remove this H line, otherwise it will break the line. Okay, so I have used the multi-column in the first row. Okay, and in the first row, yes, and in the second row you need to remove the content of the first cell because it has been merged, and you need to give the you have to keep it blank. So see, before n% there is nothing. There is a line break. That means the first column is first row is done. Then in the second column, the first before n%, the first row is first cell is being kept blank. Then I used n% and the next cell contents has to be there. Okay, and third is as usual. We are not going to do anything with the third row. Okay, so let's recompile and see. Okay, sorry, I have you have to we are merging row, right? So you have to use multi-row and not column. Okay. Okay, now you can see the first 2 first two cells of the first two rows has been merged. This is a multi-column. Okay. So, and it has been adjusted to the middle of the cell. Okay. So this is how we merge the rows. And if you want to merge columns, then you have to use the column multi-column. You have to use so suppose I am going to merge these two columns. Let me create another one and show. Okay. Let us get back to the original one. So just adding numbers and you have to give. Okay, this is the basic table which we used in the beginning. Okay, this has been moved to second page. So suppose you are going to merge the column, so you have to use multi-column. Suppose I am going to merge this first. Okay, first row of the table. So in this in the first line only you use the command multi-column. So use backslash and then write multi-column. So in the first bracket you are going to give the input of how many columns, how many rows how many cells you want to actually merge. So there are 3, so I'm going to write 3, and in the next you need to give the alignment. Okay, so I have given I am using the centering alignment, so I'll give C, and in the third cell you need to give the content of your cell. Okay, so suppose this is a multi-column. Okay, this is the you'll have to delete this too. Okay, since you have merged, right? So let's compile and see. See, the first row has been changed to a single column. Okay, so this is a multi-column, and the rest of the things are as usual. Okay, so this is all about breaking the columns and rows. So you can use the multi-row and multi-column options or commands to break your rows and columns as per your need. Okay, so one thing remaining, you can color. You can color a particular cell or you can color a particular row also. So for that you need to use you need to use a package which is table X color. Okay, it is X color actually, the package is. So I'm going to use it here in the preamble. So you use package inside curly bracket, give X color. This is the package and you need to give where it is going to use. So since we are going to use the color to the table, so you need to give table. So this is the package. Okay, use package table X color, and let's see how it works. So suppose I'm going to color one particular cell. Suppose this second cell of the second row, second column, second row. So this is code, right? So before the cell content, just add the command cell color, and inside curly bracket give the color. Suppose I'm going to change it to yellow. So this you can see cell color to yellow, and let's see. See, the color of the cell has been changed to yellow. Okay. Now Now if you want to change the color of a complete row, entire row, then you need to give row color. Okay, suppose I need to change the color of the last row. So before the contents, table contents, just add row color. Okay, row color, row color, and inside bracket give your desired color. Suppose I'll choose red. So row color, it will change the entire row to red color. Okay, spelling mistake. See, the color of the entire row has been changed and changed to red. Now suppose if you want to increase, or if you want to change the intensity of the color, it is too bright to read, right? So you can do that by you can always choose the intensity. For that you need to use exclamatory and then give a number. Suppose I want 20% red. Okay, so 20% red is being the input is exclamatory 20. Okay, so I have used this exclamatory sign and 20. This will change the intensity of the red to 20%. Okay. See, the intensity has been reduced. Okay, so this is more prominent now. I mean, the cell contents are more prominent now. So this is all about tabulation and image. So one more shortcut I want to show you for creating tables. Okay, so suppose this is only this is a 2 by 3 table, right? So if you have a table which has, you know, a large number of rows and large number of columns, then manually entering those inputs into LaTeX by separating each cell or by separating each content by an n%, it becomes hectic. So if you have your table ready, I'm going to do one shortcut, okay, by using Excel. So I think I'll have to change my screen share, because I only shared this Chrome file. I'll just share it again, okay. I think my screen is visible now. Is it? Yeah. So you can just create an Excel file where your table is, suppose it is already a file I'm using. So let's say have uh, you have like 80 numbers of, you know, rows and like 4 or 5 columns. So let me just use some random numbers. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let us suppose say 28, and then in the second column suppose I have alphabets. Okay, so if you want to add this table in the LaTeX file, you will have to enter manually one by one, right? So you have to do it 28 plus 28 times, and you have to give n%, 2 into 28 times. So I'm going to show you this shortcut. Suppose your table is ready in your Excel file. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to make an exact table in the Excel file in the of LaTeX format. Okay, so first cell in LaTeX, what we do, as I have shown you. Okay, what we do, what we use the we give the first content of the first cell as it is, and then to separate the second cell or to add the second column we use n%, right, after each first cell content. So let us keep the first cell contents as first column contents as it is, and before the second column just add one more column, and we need to add n%, right? So use insert an n%, and you just double click it, and you will get all the 28 numbers of n%. And then after the second column you need to give a line break, right? So I'm using for line break we use two backslash back to back, and then double click it, and then you'll get this is your table ready in your Excel. Usually if you do it manually it will take like 10 to 15 minutes, but here you can see within fraction of seconds your table is ready. Now I'll just copy paste it to LaTeX. Okay, so just do it here. I'll make another table. Okay, so use the environment begin table. Okay, so I have two columns only, right? So let's keep it to two C's, that means with centering alignment, and between begin tabular and end tabular I'll paste my table which I have copied from Excel. Okay, this is copied, so let me just insert this. Okay, now let's recompile and see how it looks. See, it is done. So if you want the border line you can use one H line here, that means one horizontal line, okay, and one at the end, or you can use an H line after each line. Okay, you can do this in Excel also. Okay, I'll just show you. So this is H line, so the border will appear. Okay, the border will. So now if you want to add vertical lines or horizontal lines after each row, then you need to give H line after each line. Okay, so you can do that in Excel also. Just do it here. After the line break you give H line. Okay, and just drag it. Okay, now again I'm going to paste it to the. Okay, okay, so it is done. This is just a shortcut for lengthy long tables. So this is it. Now if you have any questions I can take. I hope I could give you enough idea about adding figures and image tables. Over to Bishop.
I would like to thank Gulabsha for her wonderful talk. I hope all the participants have learned a lot about uh, tables and figures and how they are being created and customized within the uh, Overleaf. So, if there is any queries among the participants, they can raise their hand. So, anyone, anything you want to know a little bit more, or if you have any doubt, please ask questions. You can also feel free to ask questions in the WhatsApp group also. There also all the mentors are available. All your queries will be resolved.
Sorry, I lost you all for a minute because of poor network connection. So, was there any question?
No, till now no one has any questions. I think you have done a wonderful job and everyone has learned everything and they are in not a position to ask any question and they have understood, rather I should say, everything what you have shown in today's lecture. So since there is no questions, I think we can conclude this session for today. So I again
Yeah, just 1 minute, Vishalik.
Okay, ma'am.
Just what I was saying, the students should you just try to pick up some discussion in the WhatsApp group. They might be facing some issue, some problem. I don't understand why people are not coming in the class. It's very strange, actually.
Since there is no question from the participants, I would like to conclude this session here.